one goes out to my girl Moja. She's there to take the whole world.
Hi guys, it's your girl Moja. You know how we do it. Positive vibes, positive energy. Now today we have someone very special with us in the studio. We have Mr. Marcus Charles. Yes. Okay. And he is also known as Mumba. Yes?
Mumba.
Hmm. Now the name sounds strong, but wait till you hear the music. Wait till you hear his story and wait until you hear about his journey and where he's coming from. Right? Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right. So, what does Mumba stand for and where did it originate?
Well, Mumba, the name is the short version of Lumumba,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is the name of the first president of the Congo
Mm-hmm.
who was assassinated. So I got the name from Willie Mukasarix, gave me that name, Lumumba. Uh, and well, it shortened to Mumba because everybody, like, they don't like to say so much syllables, so everybody start calling me Mumba, Mumba, and the Mumba stuck. So, but Mumba itself, Lumumba is gifted in meaning,
Mm-hmm.
but Mumba itself have a meaning also. It means house in the Shona language,
Mm-hmm.
and in one of the Congolese language, I believe it means tree. It means
Mm-hmm.
tree. So, yeah.
What people don't understand is that your name, the name that you go with, helps to make you the person or the performer that you are. Right? Now, a tree is a powerful thing. You having that name means strength. It means purpose. You know? So you can even break it down further. And then when I read your bio, I understand just how purpose driven you are. You understand? So perfect name.
That's
Of a village raising a child,
yeah.
right? Are you now an advocate for that or are you opposite?
No, I'm definitely advocate for community,
Mm-hmm.
family, and community. I believe that is what we need to point the youths in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
and to point society in, as an extension of ourselves in a right direction to have community. Yeah, so yes, I believe a village, it takes a village to raise a child. Everybody should participate, in raising of the children around us.
And what was it like when you were growing up? What does that represent to you? I mean, when you were growing up, I mean, with me, you can't tell, you can't forget to tell one of the neighbors down the road good evening. Because by the time you reach home, your mother doesn't know you didn't tell Miss Edna, good afternoon,
Yeah.
and you go in and get a talking to or a punishment for that. But what was it like for you?
Right. Well, as you say, you had to be respectful of
Mm-hmm.
elders growing up, and any elder could correct you, not just your parents alone.
Sure.
So I grew up in um, a very hierarchical society, I guess. Well, that was the times. I mean, it's still so in certain circumstances, but not, we stray a lot further away from that. Today, like my son now will challenge me as to why,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I will answer. I wouldn't just shut him down in the sense, well, because I say. You know what I mean? Because it have a reason, and sometimes the reason is to teach you restraint and discipline within yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because um, like you might say, what? So why I can't use um, my tablet,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because test finished, and I have to let you know, well, the condition that you don't use the tablet during the school week, right? That stands. You know what I mean? Despite test being finish or
Finish.
you do have school tomorrow. School's still open and it's still a school week. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And in life you'll have to face situations like that where you
Right.
have to abide by rules regardless of the circumstance, you know?
Yeah. I love that. Now, you grew up in the era of hip hop and being influenced by, different genres of music.
Yes.
But which one is your favorite genre and what have you gravitated to?
This one is a tough one. Like when like if I lock in and I on my headphones, more than likely I listening to hip hop,
Right.
right? That's still one of my favorite genres. But it could be anywhere, you know what I mean? You know, we in Trinidad and Tobago are seasonal people, so
Mm-hmm.
as the seasons change, we just change too. But you know, so hip hop probably my personal favorite music to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as my body of work, I probably have more reggae songs, and I'm probably more good at reggae.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, I would say it's reggae dancehall genre. You know, but I listen like to work out,
Mm-hmm.
like working out. I, these for the past few years, I was listening to Piano, which is like South African
Mm-hmm.
music. You know what I mean? It's, well, we just call everything out of Africa Afrobeats, but South Africa they have a genre called Amapiano. So that's what I just listen to to work out. I like soca, you know, although it does get kind of monotonous sometimes, and then, but
Mm-hmm.
I just do soca, I just do hip hop, I just do reggae. But in terms of reggae, I probably have the more experiences.
Right.
Yeah.
Because your fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
The regular people. We always have this notion that since you sing reggae,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he is only listening to reggae or if he only listens to his own music or that kind of thing.
No, no,
But so
no.
you just educated us
Yes.
on what it is you listen to.
Yeah, because if you think about it, when the first reggae artists come out, it didn't have anything before them, so they wasn't listening to reggae.
Right.
They was listening to like soul music, jazz, and
Mm-hmm.
certain. So every artist is listening to other music, you know. So it depends on the mood too. I have a wide palette as far as music goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But it's hard to say which one exactly. But I would say hip hop because I like lyrics
Mm-hmm.
and you know I like to be wowed by lyrics. You know what I mean? A good wordsmith is what I would listen to. But I would say that they have people in the reggae dancehall space who also lyrical as
A
some
hip
of the
hop
hip hop
artist.
artists. You know what I mean? Even in well, soca it a boundary and like about it, but you know, in every genre it have people with that
Lyrical ability
yeah and I try to represent that too
in your music.
in my music.
Now, how has your style evolved over the years?
When we start doing music was a time where um it had the Kiss to the Caravan, so rap so was a thing, you know, hip hop of course, and one of the reasons that reggae one of the reasons why reggae does produce so much artists too is because reggae always make the rhythms available.
Mm-hmm.
It always make the on the B side of a 45. There's usually have just a plain instrumental. So if an artist want to develop his skill as an artist, he can just play the plain instrumental, and that is one of the reasons that develop. reggae artists as opposed to soca. It's hard to find a soca instrumental. Now you could get it because now with our YouTube you could always. But the body of work like when we started in the 90s to get you couldn't find a soca instrumental. You could find a reggae. You could find tons of reggae instrumental. You could find a few hip hop. You know what I mean? But that was one of the reasons for the development of so much reggae artists. Yeah.
Alright. Was there a specific moment or event that solidified your commitment to pursue this seriously?
Um. t- mm, well, to me, I always take it seriously. When I into something, I just try to take it seriously. So I would say from the jump, you know, what I mean, I probably wasn't aware so much of the business aspects of the music and how artists is paid and that kind of thing as in terms of livelihood. You know what I mean? I learned these things after, but in terms of taking it seriously, I always take it seriously. From the first time I start writing, I try to do my best, take it seriously in terms of performance also. You know what I mean? I have a certain standard that I try to keep and maintain as a performer, not just a recording artist or a writer. You know what I mean? I try to keep my writing level up and my performance level up too. Yeah. And I would say that is something that reggae have on other genres, the quality of artists when they perform. Some of the best live shows you'll see is
Reggae.
reggae.
Yeah, because I mean, I've mentioned this before. I'm not a lover of concert
Mhm.
because I was always dissatisfied with the performance. You know, you go and you listen to somebody and it's like, but you're not sounding like your track though.
Right,
You
yes.
know, and that always had me,
Mhm.
disturbed
Yes.
until I started going to these reggae events and a village raising a child,
Right.
right? Are you now an advocate for that or are you opposed it?
No, I'm definitely advocate for community, family and community. I believe that is what we need to point the youths in the right direction and to point society in, as an extension of ourselves in a right direction to have community. Yeah, so yes, I believe a village, it takes a village to raise a child. Everybody should participate, in raising of the children around us.
And what was it like when you were growing up? What does that represent to you? I mean, when you were growing up, I mean, with me, you can't tell, you can't forget to tell one of the neighbors down the road good evening. Because by the time you reach home, your mother doesn't know you didn't tell Miss Edna, good afternoon, and you go in and get a talking to or a punishment for that. But what was it like for you?
Right. Well, as you say, you had to be respectful of elders growing up, and any elder could correct you, not just your parents alone.
Sure.
So I grew up um, a very hierarchical society, I guess. Well, that was the times. I mean, it's still so in certain circumstances, but not, we stray a lot further away from that. Today, like my son now will challenge me as to why, and I will answer. I wouldn't just shut him down in the sense, well, because I say. You know what I mean? Because it have a reason, and sometimes the reason is to teach you restraint and discipline within yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it, like you might say, why? So why I can't use um my tablet, right? Because test finished. And I tell them, no, well, the condition that you don't use the tablet during the school week, right? That stands, you know what I mean? Despite test being finish or you don't have school tomorrow. School still open and it's still a school week. So you know what I mean? And in life you will have to face situations like that. Where you have to abide by rules regardless of the circumstance, you know.
Yeah, I love that. Now, you grew up in the era of hip hop and being influenced by, different genres of music.
Yes.
But which one is your favorite genre and what have you gravitated to?
This one is a tough one. I did approach things um I just approach things in a scientific way, or in a way you break it down, right? So music, a performance example, it have timing, right? The thing that artists have problems with timing, clarity, key, you know what I mean? Projection of your voice. These is things that I break down and I study. You know what I mean? So I know I must be the music must be in timing,
Right.
right? That goes without saying. It must be in key also. It's easy to go off key sometimes, or you know what I mean. Or sometimes the DJ might be playing the rhythm at a different speed than they used to. So you have to be aware of these things as an artist. You know, key and clarity. You have to be clear in your lyrics because people, you might have good lyrics and if people don't hear what you're saying, they wouldn't respond to it. You know what I mean? It might be something inspiring or something comedic, but they need to hear it. So you need to be clear when you're performing.
Right. Which one of your songs is your favorite song?
Um, let's see. In um in the soca might be Anansi. Yeah, I think that is because it I get to express all these things that I just mentioned. Plus it's a storytelling. I like storytelling. I inherit that from Kaiso, telling stories. And then in reggae, what is my favorite? Ancient days.
How does that feel? Can you sing part of it? Give us a line or two.
From an ancient days, treading it an ancient way. Always giving thanks and praise. Go down on your knees and pray from an ancient days. Treading it an ancient ways. Always giving thanks and praise. Go down on your knees and pray.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is ancient days. And it's a prayerful song. It's a song about prayer and supplication. And yeah, so I like that song. I always like to open with that song in reggae performances. And I get a good response to so that is one of
your go-to, your
my
favorite.
favorites.
Now, what do you hope people feel or take away from your music?
There's a lot because the well I hope they get to experience Mumba, and because as with all of us, we are complex people. Human beings are complex. You know what I mean? Your joys, your sadness, your anger. So all these things is expressed in music, in our music. So I hope people get to experience that. You know. but it's so many different topics. So I try to cover different topics than to be just to be um, in a box.
Right.
Yeah, I do music about different topics.
Versatile.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, tell them, are you open to bookings and that kind of thing? Somebody could say, okay, Mumba, I need you to perform at my event, you know.
Yes, yes.
So why don't you tell our audience where they can find you?
Okay, on Instagram and TikTok and TikTok is Fitness Rasta.
Mm-hmm.
The Gmail is fitnessrasta@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the number is 312-9930.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, number that's my direct number. Or if you contact Tower or you contact Senior and Sword, you know.
And what producers do you go through?
Well, right now I've been working with Senior and Sword. Senior and Sword did a project that's the Soca project, which is called Soul of Captain Africans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's yeah, so and right now we're working on a reggae project and another soca project. Well, I've been working with Sword for a while now, like years now, but we just recently we start really recording and
Mm-hmm.
you know, but since the band was around years ago, you know.
So we have a lot to look out for with Mumba for the coming 2025.
Yes, yes, yeah. And the album is available. I don't know how we can make it available, but the link to the album is there. And yeah, I'll send it to someone and then put it out there. So
No
that
problem.
that project has been getting a good response and good reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So guys, guess what? You heard it here first on Up Close and Personal with Moja. And I want you to remember that we have Kitty Corner, and from next week we have our guests coming to read for you. So remember, this is La Moja on Global FM Reggae Radio, bringing music from around the globe to you. We would like to thank our sponsors, and we would also like to thank our guest, Mumba, for being a part of the show today and educating us on stuff we didn't know and letting us get a little closer to him and understanding him. So,
Don't say that I never told ya. You gotta tune into my girl, Moja. She got the tea, got the juice, got the soda. She got the